me see what I gotta pull up. I just put up a bunch of clips. All right, so
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people in this nation and the world. Amen.
all right. Well, this courageous woman here said that in front of these people right here, and they weren't trying to hear none of that shit. They weren't trying to hear none of that shit. Look at the face. Look at their faces. Like, hold on. Like, let's focus just in on their face, like, real quick. And I don't know if some of y'all are listening to this again, but this is the clip right here. So, them folks was like, you got Melania face don't really never change anyway. I don't know. Look like one of them girls back there got a hell of a weave job though. Look at baby with the weave job. Beautiful weave job. Okay. Blonde back there. I see you. Her date don't, he spooked. JD Vance looking like, what the fuck is she talking about? Donald Trump don't want to hear that shit. And Donald Trump Jr. number 2, because Donald Trump Jr. way in the back, but Eric Trump looking like he want to go and slap the woman. So they definitely weren't trying to hear that shit. He looking like, man, what the fuck is she talking about? All right, so a lot of people did have issues with what this courageous person had to say. And what we will say, it was a time and place for that, and maybe wasn't the best time for her to get her message off. But with sharing this planet with so many varieties of people, I just want to present the question, are we not under the same God? And do we just hold those that, and if we aren't under the same God, because we aren't, there are a lot of, there are a lot of different versions of what I think is the same God. But what some people think is that their God condemns people who don't worship their God. So it's their God, and they don't want to necessarily share their God with a certain type of person, I feel sometimes. And it gets kind of iffy when we talk that way. I ain't really gonna get too religious into it. I ain't here to go too far into that. But I feel like this woman is just speaking towards humanity, and sometimes standing up for people, you can be looked at a certain way because because people have different views. I'm just put it like that. As politically correct as I can get it, but they trying to get they getting the fuck out of here. They getting her the fuck out of here. Prayers to that lady. And shit, that was courageous what she did, but they getting her the fuck out of here. Trump called her, radical, and y'all know what happened. But it's so much, man. Some of this stuff has been. Oh, they took that clip down. Let me see what else I got. What else I got? Okay, so this is what the tax cuts